Hello, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of EducationalTube. You see, the first season is called Space Around Us, and the first episode, which is this one, is called The Universe Around Us. As you see, this behind me is a galaxy. A galaxy is a cluster of more than 100,000 stars together in a group. We are in a galaxy called the Milky Way. The Milky Way includes the Sun and many, many other stars. And the Sun has 9 to 8 planets actually, and each one of them has a name, which is usually going to be so. The first planet, which is the tiniest one, is called Mercury. Mercury is named after the god of messaging, whatever.
Just do that again and we'll cut it.
Mercury is named after the god of Mercury is named after the messenger god. The next planet is Venus. Venus is named after the goddess of love and beauty, which is ironic. It is not a loving planet. It is covered completely in volcanoes. And now, it goes to Earth. Earth is our home planet. I mean, like, every single bit of matter around us is Earth, until you go out of the atmosphere and into outer space, and which is, like, that's where it gets complicated, but... And now let's go to Mars. Mars is named after the god of war. It is named after the god of war probably because of the fact that it is a red planet. That's also why its nickname is the Red Planet. Now let's go to the asteroid belt. The asteroid belt divides Mars and Jupiter. Like, it's in between those planets, and it is very, very, very thick, full of rocks. And one of the dwarf planets is inside the asteroid belt. Its name is Ceres. Let's go all the way to Jupiter, which is more than 400 million miles from the Sun. Jupiter is the largest planet, is a gas giant, and actually it has a very tiny core that is solid, and everything else is basically gas. That's all we know about Jupiter, like, though we're getting very close to knowing a lot about Jupiter because of the spacecraft that's planning on plunging itself into the depths of Jupiter and finding out what's inside. We've never been able to do that before. And let's go to Saturn. Saturn, in my opinion, is one of the prettiest planets. I like it mainly because of the fact that it has these huge rings. They are divided into at least 3 groups, and the groups are divided into a lot of tiny rings. Saturn has a lot of moons, just like Jupiter. Saturn has at least 50, as far as we all know. And Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system. It is about half the size of Jupiter. Now, let's go to Uranus. It is a very odd planet indeed. Uranus is tilted all the way on its side, and is a pale blue color because of its methane. Uranus has rings made out of unknown material, and it has a lot of moons, just like Saturn, but at least half of Saturn's moons. Less, maybe. Most definitely less. And Uranus is smaller than Saturn, and Uranus is the 3rd largest planet in the solar system. And let's go to Neptune. It has a storm called the Great Blue... It has a storm. I can't remember the name at this moment. And its storm disappears and sometimes reappears. And it goes around the planet. And Neptune? Yep, you guessed it. It is tinier than Uranus. Now, the Kuiper Belt, just like the asteroid belt, it divides between 2 planets. But instead of Mars and Jupiter, this one is Neptune and Pluto. And Pluto, the planet on the other side of the Kuiper Belt, is a dwarf planet. It used to be a planet, but now it's a dwarf planet. And the dwarf planet has 3 moons: Charon, Nix, and Hydra. And now Eris. Not so sure about the moons, not so sure about anything. It's further away from the sun than Pluto, and that means Eris is colder. And then it goes to the Oort cloud. It is just like the Kuiper Belt, except for it separates Eris and its outer space, the other solar systems among our galaxy, and the other galaxies among among the universe, and the other universes among this universe, the multiverse. And the multiverse is among this thing I call the Infiniverse. It's a very funny name, I know, but I call it Infiniverse. It's infinitely large, just like all the universes. So, you know, like infinite plus infinite plus infinite plus infinite plus infinite. Yeah. That would basically be all about that, but still, hey. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Educational Tube, and I hope you've learned something. Goodbye, see you next time.